I want to play RG3's response to Ryan Clark after being attacked by Ryan Clark and get Steve's take on what do you think of RG3's response. Let's play SOT number 4.
But I think all of you know there's a line in life that you just simply don't cross. Wives and children are always off limits. And Ryan Clark has sprinted past that line. Ryan Clark didn't like my sports take that Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. And that's fine. It's okay. It's part of the game. Sports media, I'm going to have an opinion. This person might not agree with it. That person might not agree with it. But what you don't do is turn around and personally attack me and my family just because you don't agree with a sports opinion that is purely based off the sport. I didn't make it personal. But what that really shows is just how low of a person Ryan Clark is. So if you don't know, I gave a sports opinion stating that Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. And I based it purely off of her actions on the court and in press conferences. It wasn't just because of the hard flagrant foul in their opening game. I gave 5 examples that showcased Angel Reese's dislike for Caitlin Clark. Because that's what I do. My job is to analyze sports. But I always make sure that I stay inside of the arena. I think this has to be said because a lot of what Ryan Clark said was so racially based, it was uncomfortable. Just because Angel Reese is a black woman doesn't mean that a black man or a black woman cannot critique her game. To be quite frank, a black man or a black woman can critique anybody's game just the same as a white man or a white woman can critique anybody's game.
Steve, that seems like a no pun intended, a pivot for RG3. When he was at ESPN, he was pretty woke and seemed to be kind of more on that team. But this version of RG3 seems a bit more honest, and maybe it's because he's away from ESPN. He can be a bit more honest. But your reaction to RG3's reaction?
Well, a couple of things. For the people that defend Ryan Clark by saying he didn't really bring his wife into it, he did not make it personal. Well, number one, he brought it up. And can we be honest about it, Jason? Do you think Ryan Clark brought up RG3's wife as a compliment or a pejorative? I believe most people believe that he used it as a criticism, as a talking point to jump on RG3. That's one. Number two, I find it highly unfortunate now. I'm on Twitter. People are now posting pictures of the milkmaid and Ryan Clark's wife and making comparisons. And that poor lady, she didn't ask for that. And I think it's a cheap shot. I don't think it's really proper. But Ryan, once you brought up someone else's wife, invariably, the internet, social media, they were going to do the same with you. She is now catching a lot of shrapnel, and I find that to be very sad. I don't really have any opinion of that lady one way or the other, but she's been brought into it because you interjected someone that had nothing to do with RG3's original point. I do think this. RG3 kept it a sports point, but he was a little bit naive. He had to realize that as a black man, no matter who he's married to, criticizing Angel Reese at this point, Jason, we have to be honest about it, goes beyond sports. It has absolutely become a cultural touchstone.
I consider his criticism of Angel Reese interesting, but I don't see it as harsh. I think it's obvious. She doesn't like Caitlin Clark. That's not a statement like she doesn't like white people, she's racist. It's she doesn't like Caitlin Clark. That seems obvious, and that's where I agree, like, hey man, this dude has crossed the line and gotten emotional and gotten personal in a way that I didn't with Angel Reese.
Well, Jason,
go ahead.
To that point, when anyone, you, I, or anyone points out, well, maybe a culture that has 75% where there's no fathers in the home isn't great for the culture or society as a whole, that's an obvious point. But certain people don't take it well either. they still will argue with you. They'll get very emotional, and they'll call you a right-wing propagandist. They'll even label you racist. So just because something is obvious does not mean that the opposite side of that criticism will take to it very well or easily.
I want to bring Shamika back into this conversation on this part, but Steve, I'm going to let you go first. It's not just Ryan Clark's wife who's catching some collateral damage, because what also has been brought into the conversation is Ryan Clark's white baby mama that he had before he was married. Ryan Clark has a mixed race child with a white woman, and I wonder if you think, Steve, you'll go first, Shamika, you follow in, does he have some sort of guilty conscience?
Yes.
Is his wife holding that white baby mama over his head, and is that part of the motivation?
I don't think there's any doubt. And I saw the tweet from Marcellus Wiley, who I think has some intimate information, and I was like, wow, it does explain a lot. Jason, you explained something.
Hold it, stop. Go ahead and clarify, explain that Marcellus Wiley tweet. I need the details on that.
Yeah, well, I sent it to your DM, and I sent it to Hadley. He basically outed all of this. And I didn't know about it. I don't really know that much about Ryan Clark's personal life. And it's out there in public. I retweeted it for our fine followers. And you explained a few years ago that the most militant black people in America today are those from mixed marriages, who are mixed, right? Who are half black, half white. You called them half nuts, right? Or something like that. Well, this is
African Americans. Hold on, get my pejoratives correct.
Yeah.
African Americans or mixed nuts. Get my pejoratives accurate. And I everybody knows I don't have a problem with mixed nuts or African Americans. Well, should have had one myself. Go ahead.
And this right here is an offshoot of that. And there's no doubt in my view, it's just my opinion, he is trying to make up for that perceived transgression and still keep his lifetime pass to the cookout.
Shamika, and by the way, Steve, I'm looking in my DMs, and this is the problem with you DM, you email, you text. Nothing here from Marcellus in my DMs. Can't find it in my text thread. Anyway,